Welcome, friends and family. So glad to be with you this Monday morning and excited to be sharing with you today from the law of the chain. The law of the chain, the strength of the team is impacted by its weakest link. Sierra England, she is 23 years old. She's been brand new to real estate, tremendous value add to the real estate industry. She's going to add value wherever she goes. And she shared today as a team on Monday mornings from 8 to 9. We'll have an encouraging meeting where we talk about our core values and recognize other team members, how they're operating in those core values. And then usually from 8:30 to about 9, sometimes we run just a pinch over. We'll go through a lesson in our book because one thing that we feel led to do within real estate is not just train people to be great at real estate sales. I mean, that is super important if you want to have a great career, that you have a great coach, great mentors. People are going to be able to help you be your very best. But what's also important is that you become great in life. And one is more important than the other. And so, one of the ways that we help try to inspire people to be their very best is through uh, going through a book a quarter together. And this quarter, we chose to read The 17 Irrefutable Laws of Teamwork by John Maxwell. This day, we did chapter 5, The Law of the Chain. The strength of the team is impacted by its weakest link. And Sierra did such a great job today. And, when I read this, it reminded me of a time in my life when I was a weak link on my baseball team, Little League baseball team. I was probably 13, 14 years old. I was home taught to the sixth grade. Um, I was really an underconfident person in life. And it was my first year on the Little League team. And I got chosen to play on, I believe it was Red Turners. They were the champion the year before, phenomenal team. And here I am, never really played a whole lot of baseball, and I'm on a championship team. And it's a first year for me. To tell the truth, I was very nervous, very shy. I didn't want to swing the bat. I was more than grateful when I got walked by the pitcher. But thankfully, my dad was the coach, and his good friend Ronnie Jolly were coaching us. And they worked with me all through the year. They continued to work on me, help try to build my confidence in hitting and swinging, and they gave me game time. Again, I've gone a whole season without hitting a ball. I'm going to tell you, I went most of the season without swinging the bat. Why? Because I didn't want to strike out, look silly and foolish, and embarrass me and the whole team by striking out. So I'm up there praying for a walk and all year. Now, guys, fast forward, we're at the championship game, Red Turners versus whoever that other team was, and it's the it's the last of the innings, and we're at a tie ball game. The score is tied. We're in a final inning, and lo and behold, there I am standing at home plate with a bat in my hand. And to say I was nervous, scared would be an understatement. I was like, gosh, I hope this guy walks me. He was by far one of the best pitchers that year that I was playing against. And he winds up, he was known to have a great fastball, throws a fastball. I swing that bat, crack. I hear the bat hit the ball, and that was music to my ears. I took off like a dart to first base. I may have left this out. We had a man on third base. Well, guess what? That man on third came home. I was safe on first. I actually made the game winning hit for the championship tournament that year for our team. Now, guys, there is no question about it. That year, I was the weak link on that team. I was by far the weak link on that team. But here's the deal, I had some coaches, I had some people working with me that didn't give up on me, that continued to pour into me, continued to give me game time, continued to encourage me to swing the bat, took me out on practices, took me to batting cages, got me coached up, mentored me to a place where I wasn't I wasn't so bad. Now, how about you guys? Have you ever been that? Maybe you've been a weak link to a team. You know how that feels. It's just kind of an embarrassing, intimidating feeling when you start a new job or start in a new career, or maybe um, just in life. Sometimes we might feel like at times we're the weak link. Or maybe you've been on the other side of that. Maybe you've seen the weak link and you've had to be able to come along and try to encourage them or help help them to become better at what they do. Sometimes maybe you've even had to do something tough, like say maybe this job ain't for you or this ain't the right spot. I think that you'd be better off doing something else. We're going to have those times in life where either we're the weak link or we're challenged by a weak link. And John Maxwell really did a phenomenal job of this chapter going through what that looks like. But I wanted to today just relate that a little bit to the Bible. I think we have a pretty good picture of a weak link in the Bible when we think about the Apostle Peter. Now, he was very charismatic, always outgoing, one of the first to jump up and say, hurrah, hurrah, I'll go. He was known for cutting off somebody's ear when they came to get Jesus. But you know what else we know Peter for? We know Peter for denying Jesus 3 times before the cock crew. And he was told by Jesus he would do that, but he believed, had a lot of confidence in himself, and he was like, that will never happen. And it did happen, in fact, 3 times. One time a little girl said, you're one of his followers. And he was so intimidated, so scared to say that he knew Christ that he denied him. And he did it 3 times. And you think about this. Jesus probably had every right to give up on Peter, right? I mean, Peter looked like a weak link. He wasn't adding value to the team. In fact, if anything, it looked like he was detracting from the team. But how good is Jesus that he did not give up on Peter? No, in fact, he went and he met Peter. Peter didn't recognize it was him. They were back out fishing. He went, Peter, I'm sure, was very discouraged, very let down, very deflated with himself, knowing that he cowered 3 times to acknowledge Jesus. But yet Jesus didn't just throw him off the team. Jesus went and found him when he threw himself off the team and encouraged him and said, not once, not twice, but 3 times, Peter, do you love me? You know, Lord, I love you. Then feed my sheep. Peter, do you love me? Yes, Lord. You know I love you. Then feed my sheep. I think the 3rd time was complete reconciliation. He denied him 3 times. Now 3 times he had admitted that he loved him. And Jesus said, get back on the team. Go feed my sheep. See, guys, the good thing is when we get on the other side, when we learn from our failures, when we learn from our mistakes, when we get enough courage to swing the bat, when we can strike out in front of our team and know, hey, it's okay. The team supports me. I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'll get the coaching and the training and the mindset of a champion. I'll be able to come back the next day and go back to swinging again. You get in your zone, you get in your rhythm. That's phenomenal. And I think that's where God wants all of us, right? He don't want us messing around being a weak link. And if we are, I don't think he wants us to stay there long. I think he wants us to continue to work on improving. And that's one thing I think in life that I'd like to challenge every one of us. Examine yourself. What is your weak link personally? Nelson Mandela said, be the change that you want to see in the world. So what change do you need to make to be a better you, to be the best you, so that you can be a value add wherever you go, to your family, to wherever your place of employment is, to your church, to your soccer teams, to whatever it is that you're a part of? How can you add more value? What's that area in your life? It could be something as simple as overeating. It could be something as simple as just coming home and checking out, not doing anything with the family. There's just so many areas in our life that are just kind of simple things that may be a weak link, that if we examine ourselves this week and look hard, I think we could find out what those are, and then go at trying to improve in that area. And that don't happen overnight. You need accountability. You need coaches. You need mentors. You need people who are going to come beside you and encourage you to be your best. Nobody likes it when we come over them. People always appreciate it when you come beside them. And they'll love you when you come under them, just like Jesus did with Peter. Y'all have a great week. Thank you.